It's the official Robyn Banks, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to that channel, you want to hit that subscribe button because this channel is full of tea, drama, and story times. And I'm from Brooklyn. Everybody loves it from Brooklyn, and that's on period. Period. So today I have a story time. Like, this is fresh. Like, I wanted to tell it as it's happening because it's just too crazy. And since Jada is out here in Atlanta with me and she's a fucking eyewitness, she's gonna here to attest to the facts. I think y'all be thinking my stories be cat, but like, this is really my life.
No,
I don't even know what we're gonna call this video. I don't. We're gonna call this video Mr. Krabs. Well, we're not gonna call it. We should just call him Mr. Krabs.
I was thinking that. Okay.
We're not gonna call this video. Well, whatever the title is, y'all seen it by now. And trust me, we thought long and hard because I didn't even know how to categorize this situation right here.
And I'm pissed the fuck off.
And we both pissed the fuck off.
And I got some shit to say.
Period. So this is a story time / rant about these cheap ass. Anyways,
don't get me mad again.
So as you can see, or if you know, if you have me on social media, I decided to come to Atlanta to spend my New Year's, and Jada is vlogging, so if you want more in-depth details about our trip, you can head to Jada's channel. Her video should be up by then. But I just wanted to, you know, chill, vibe, nothing really going on in New York City, so I wanted to come to Atlanta and have some fun for the New Year, bring the New Year in with some fun. So a lot of people from New York plan to come to Atlanta, and you know, like, I don't know if it's like this in other places, but when everybody from your city going to another city, you link up, you know, for me, y'all figure out where it's at, what's the plans. So me and Jada came here Thursday, December 31st. And let me go back. So I knew Mr. Krabs for about 10 years, right? So we gonna call boy Mr. Krabs because that's what he's given, or Julius, but we gonna stick to Mr. Krabs. I knew him for about 10 years, like on and off. He was always cool, but as of recently, as I'm new to being single, you know, I'm putting my foot in the water. I'm just texting and vibing with people, not looking for nothing too crazy. And me and Mr. Krabs have been texting. I mean, we hung out, like we went to like a mutual event together, nothing crazy, and like we've been around each other. So, you know, we trying to fill each other out. Like, he cute, he doing a little thing, I'm cute, we chilling, we single, we vibing. So Mr. Krabs texted me and said he was gonna be in Atlanta too. So I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Being that it's only me and Jada, we don't really know what's going on in Atlanta. We don't know the links. We didn't even do no research. We really like came out here blind. Like, she kept asking me, what's the plans? I'm like, girl, we just gonna find the plans when we get here. Like, go with the flow. So I'm texting like, ooh.
Wow.
I'm texting Mr. Krabs like, what's the links for tonight? Because it's going into the new year and we trying to find the vibes.
Fuck all that. Before we even boarded the plane, not like we have our own money. That was never the problem. Not this nigga posting on Instagram 15 large.
Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, we forgot about that part.
15 large. It was 15 medium.
Right.
It had to be.
So,
or he got robbed at the airport. One or the other.
So, yeah, I forgot to put that fact in. Yes, me and Jada have our own money. We came here with our own bag to spend. We booked our own flight. We paid for our own place. But so money's not the issue.
But paying for sections is crazy.
Right. So, before we even got on the plane, I was going through stories. We was going through stories, seeing like what's given for the people that we know was out here. And Mr. Krabs posted 15 racks on his story talking about, I'm coming to Atlanta to play, like we outside.
And play is what the fuck he did.
Played himself. So showing 15 racks, like we ain't a gold digger, we not pocket hunting, nothing like that. But if you posted, oh, I got 15 bands, come outside, we outside. If you from New York, ladies, you know if a nigga like we outside, that means
you covered.
You covered. Like bring the baddies out, right?
You gonna bring the bitches, y'all gonna bring the bottles,
right?
Yeah.
we get it. So I'm showing Jada on the plane. I'm like, oh, let me text boy, because he was already, before we even came to Atlanta, he was like, oh, we should link up in Atlanta. But it was like, whatever. Like I said, I don't make plans. I go with the flow when I'm in Atlanta, because Atlanta's a black hole. You get sucked in. So But when I seen the story, I'm showing Jada on the plane. I'm like, he's talking about we outside tonight, 15 racks. Where he gonna be at? Cause we gotta be next to his money. Cause trying to get a section New Year's Eve in Atlanta in a hot spot, you're going to spend like 5-10 racks.
Even just getting it's just us.
Even just getting a bottle.
And just getting a bottle with just the split between us two was also a fucking bill. Not a bill. It was like.
We could have did it, but it was just like, it's just us, feel me? So it's like, it's a little crazy. So we rather just link up with people that already got something established. Like, I'm not, like I said, y'all see my other story time. I don't depend on a nigga, but it's like, I'm a link a nigga so he can spend his money. But if I have to spend my money, I'm willing to do that.
It's no problem, but we're like, I don't know, I feel like the niggas bring the vibes. Like,
yeah. They bring the energy. They got the section.
And be pretty.
We just there for decoration, right? So, all right, we got sidetracked. So boom. All right, so boom. So I texted Mr. Krabs. He's like, this is where he's going tonight. He's gonna get ready. And just text him and let him know what we doing. So initially we was not gonna link Mr. Krabs because I had another homeboy that was like, oh, pull up to this place, but be ready by a certain time. But because me and Jada's flight got delayed so much, when we got to the hotel to get ready and everything, it was no way we was going to be able to meet him by that time. So we was like, fuck it. Plan number 2, Mr. Krabs. Cool. So we get dressed. Where's the first red flag? There is none. We got to get to the spot.
No, wait. It was a red flag. The picture he took, his New Year's Eve picture, you was like, how the fuck he ready already?
Oh, okay. So boom, now we getting, well, when we landed, right, Mr. Krabs posting pictures on the gram like he's dressed. So I started saying like, damn, Jada, we might not have no plans because the other group of people, we had just landed when he posted pictures.
Face, shower,
we had to shower, do our face, get dressed. So we like, damn, we don't have nobody to link up with. Like I said, we could do it on our own. It's just us two. I feel like that's awkward.
A nigga that has pull, you don't have to pay. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to pay to get in. Like it's like that's what we're.
And not even only about paying, it's just us. This is Jada's first time in Atlanta, so we trying to maximize our fun. And even it's not even about just spending for sections, it's just having a good time. And like we can have a good time, us too, but if we in a group with mad people from New York, around people that we know and stuff like that, it would be lit. So that's why we wanted to link up with Mr. Krabs. Now, Jada and I, we get ready, and I start texting Mr. Krabs like, where you at with it? And he was like, oh, we're going to Zari. So if you're from Atlanta, you know Zari. If you're not from Atlanta, you've been in Atlanta, you know Zari. So we was like, okay, cool, we're gonna go to Zari. When we pulled up, Zari is across from 1145. We pulled up 1145, like jumping. So we like, damn, we wish we was going there. Like, who all in there? Like, so I fake sent Mr. Krabs a little text like, why Zari and not 1145? And this is the first red flag, which is not really a red flag because I get it. But he was like, 1145 is taxing. So he basically saying like 1145 for the sections in there, they trying to charge an arm and a leg. But keep that.
You saying that, I'm thinking it's a section in Zari, like, oh, for cheaper.
But that's what I'm saying. Keep that in mind. He said that 1145 is charging an arm and a leg. That's why he's going to Zari. Cool. No problem. Like I said, we going with the flow. So this is what annoyed me. Well, really annoyed both of us. Well, not really at me. I just wanted to get in a spot. But we was outside standing on the line when the ball dropped. Yeah, so we wanted to be in a scene, you know, do the countdown, be lit when the ball dropped. We was standing on the line. First red flag. I should have known this something was up, but based on, I'm using this as, for example, like all my other experiences pulling up with guys that had sections, whether it's in New York and Atlanta, you don't do lines. And that stuff is already established before they even get to the club. They be having it all planned out. You pull up with the guy, whoever got the section, they just speak to the promoter, walk straight through, wristbands, do whatever you had to do, this, that, and the third, and you're in. But being that it was New Year's Eve, it was a little bit crowded and everything. It was a lot of chaotic people about to fight on the line. I was assuming that we were being held back because it was just a lot of chaos and they were trying to organize everything first before letting us in. I wasn't thinking that we were staying in the line for entry. Because we could have did that on our own.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this spot is secure. We're going to have, like, at the end of the day, we kind of were still by ourselves, so. But yeah, that was the flag number 2 or
This
what?
is-
What flag was
this-
that?
This is
I'm
number
losing
2.
count. I'm losing count.
We already losing count. We didn't even get to the story yet. All right.
Clearly,
So
we were trying to
cool.
see how red the flag was gonna get. Like we said in the last video, shit was burgundy at this point.
So it was a whole bunch of commotion or whatever, and so Mr. Krabs is standing in front of me. I'm behind him. Jada's behind him, and then he also had his 2 friends with him, and they were standing behind Jada. One was behind Jada, one was in front of him. So a popular person, he's not relevant to the story, but a popular promoter from New York to Atlanta, he came through. He starts dapping up Mr. Krabs. So me and Jada like, oh, that's his link. So we definitely get in here. So the popular promoter goes inside, and Mr. Krabs follows behind him, and he leaves us outside. He didn't even look back. He didn't even say, come on. Nothing. Left us outside.
Oh, say less.
So I start getting, I'm like, nah.
He left us in 2020, bitch.
He left us in 2020 for sure, because the ball was dropping everything. We were standing outside. I'm like, no, he didn't just do that. Let me see if I get if I could put the receipts, because I surely text him like, no, you did not just leave us outside, because it's like you told me to come out. You said we outside.
And at this point, we're determined to get into the spot because we're literally at the tip of the door. Is nobody else letting us in at this time? It's past 12. Like, it's New Year's Eve at this point. If we're not getting in here, we're going back to the crib.
Like, so we had to end up swindling the bouncer to get in, because at this point they was trying to let you pay. You have to pay $100 to get in, which is
understandable.
Which is understandable. It's New Year's Eve. So
at this point, New Year's.
Well, it's New Year's Day. So you got to pay $100 to get in, or you got to have a section. So I'm assuming still Mr. Krabs has a section, and since he went in with the promoter, I was thinking that was who he was with.
Right.
So the lady was like, who you here with? So I said the promoter's name. And she was like, yeah, I was just swindling. Be like, one thing I'm going to do is get us in a club, baby.
That lady let us right in. We could have had fucking guns. She didn't even
check us or nothing.
She said, oh, you with?
She was like, who you here with? We said the guy's name. And she was like, where y'all wristbands? We like, oh, he got them. She like, you know what? Just go in. So we had to shuck and dot a job to get in the club, because he left us outside. And when we walked in, it's like he didn't think.
Know his name, bro.
We would have been still been outside.
Just the fucking third.
When we walked in, Mr. Krabs, first of all, he looked like he saw a ghost, as if he thought we was not going to get in the spot. Which is like, you were intentionally trying to leave us outside. He texted me back when I said, I know you didn't try to leave me outside. He's like, I'm right here standing by the door. Where you at? Like, nigga, I'm outside. You didn't let us in. Now we get in this. We get in the spot. All right, so if you ever been to a club and a guy has a section, you walk straight to the section. So the way Zari is lined up, as soon as you walk in, there's 2 sides of Zari. The first side, all the sections are on the left side. On the wall, couches. I look up. Do you see Mr. Krabs?
We're on the dance floor. First of all, we didn't even see the nigga.
We didn't see him in no section. So we're like, maybe the other side. No, he's not in no section over there.
So what door was he at waiting for us? Is what I'm confused about, because I didn't even. Yeah, okay.
So what happened next, Jada?
I lost track. Hold on. What happened was,
we see him by the bar.
We see the nigga by the bar.
Him and his 2 friends, they're by the bar.
So it's 3 of them, mind you. One of the friends is like some big nigga. So like they're blocking the way. So I don't know if they're speaking to the people about buying a bottle.
That's what we assumed, because we assumed that they're at the bar, and I'm like, okay, maybe they don't have a section, and they're just gonna buy a bottle or a bottle. Shit, it's 3 of y'all. But hey, all right,
of us all together.
So we standing off to the side, waiting to figure out what they doing at the bar.
They all got their single shots, all 3 of them, 3 shots out of 6, 3 shots. But they're still standing away. So I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, are y'all buying shots, or like, do we have to buy our own shots? What's going on? Like,
so then Jada looked to me like,
I know.
So they're not getting a bottle? And I'm like, I know these 3 grown-ass men did not just buy shots, which is fine. Like, cool. Granted, you don't want to get a bottle. We are your company. No offer of a shot. Nothing.
Didn't even make way for us to even order our own shots.
But like I said, me and Jada have money. We came ready to spend money, so it's nothing. It's like where I told y'all in my other videos, I'm not dependent on a nigga, I always have backup money because these men are unpredictable, and like I'm not a pocket beater. If I want to have fun, I'm not gonna depend on a guy to provide the fun for me. If I want to get drunk, I'm gonna get drunk. If I want to get hookah, I'm gonna get hookah. So we like, you know what? We just gonna get our own drinks because they got their own drinks. At that point, Mr. Krabs gave me a cup, which was a shot of Patron or Casamigos.
I assumed he was giving her the shot. Giving her the fucking shot.
Shit, we both assumed that. I thought he gave me the shot to drink. So I'm like, okay, I'm sipping on it. So I'm sipping on the shot. I'm sipping on the shot, and Mr. Krabs comes up to me and he's like, "You got my cup?
Where my cup at?
Where my cup at? You didn't give it back to me." So I'm like,
"Give it back?
Give you back the shot that you gave me?"
Boy, if you don't get
how fucking much are you
so
gonna
we
shut
sharing
your
a shot? We're sharing a shot now. You know
what?
what?
I just supposed to hold it. Why you go do something?
He asked me if I want some though. Like he asked me if he even asked me if I want some. He said you want it and he gave it to me. But when he see me sipping it, he asked for like, nigga, no takesy backsies. Okay.
A shot.
A shot. Not even a drink. Not even a bottle.
But don't even ask me back for a drink.
True.
A bottle you could probably ask back.
A shot. Cool. I gave Mr. Krabs his little cup. Me and Jada was like, we just gonna go get
Love and Hip Hop style.
I'm tired of you, bitch. Don't do me like that.
Me and Jada was like, we just gonna go get our own drinks, which is cool because like I said, we technically got in for free. So the money that we was gonna spend to get in for free, we could put that towards getting liquor. At first I was like, maybe we should get a bottle and just shit on them. Like me and you get a bottle and not give them anything. But when I was speaking to the lady, she was like, Casamigos start at $3.50, and I'm like,
which probably would have been better if we was planning on spending $2.50.
Right, we plan on spending $2.50
for the bottle, but or $1.50. I don't know, but $300 was fake OD because I don't think
$3.50 is fake OD for our first night, and it's just us two drinking, and like niggas is not even trying to help. I wasn't gonna ask, yo, y'all want to put up on the bottle because clearly it's 3 of them and they don't even want to do it. That would have been $100 each for them.
I wanted to shit on them.
Yeah, we wanted to shit on them. So we was trying to figure out a bottle situation with the lady. Also, we didn't have a table because we was on the dance floor. So I was just thinking about if we got a bottle, where was we gonna drink? We was gonna put the bottle because we don't have a table because we don't have a section because we're on the dance floor. We're in front of the bar and the bar is crowded, by the way.
Niggas is sitting on bar chairs, like literally. It's
so
this nigga made his own section.
So Jada and I just was going back and forth contemplating if we should do it, meaning it's like it's our first night, we have days ahead of us. We was like we could do it, but at the same time it's like we still got mad other days to do it and it don't make sense. You get what I'm trying to say? So we was like, you know what, we just gonna get shots. So Jada ordered a shot. Now she's gonna pay the lady. She's giving, you know, we keep the hundreds on us, we keep the blues on us. So Jada tried to give her 100 because they're not taking card. I don't think they was taking card, was they?
I don't know.
Jada tried to give her the 100. Now you can go because this is your part.
I was trying to give. She didn't have change, so I asked one of the guys if they had change. No, I think you asked him, and they over here checking the bill to see if it's real, whatever the fuck the case is. Like as if anybody trying to get one up on them.
Exactly. I also felt like that was just a little play to see if they would be like, because we went to them like, yo, they don't have change for 100. Like you got change. I'm thinking,
like, I got it.
Right. Because being that the shot is like $10, I'm thinking they're gonna be like, you know what, hold your $100. I'll pay for the shot. It's $10. But Mr. Krabs is like, hold on, I'm gonna get you change. Like, yo,
you got me to
ass.
change. Okay, cool. But the lady ended up. I kept trying to give her my 20. She was dead. Not like. She was too busy, so I'm like, right, fuck it, I don't gotta pay for this.
Then we just end up getting the shot for free.
Yeah. But and then we ended up in the area, bro. Mr. fucking Krabs, he was stretching the shit out of his shot. Like,
yes. So the shot that I gave him back, he was sipping it so slow. He was stretching the shots.
That's $1.09 in the trash. That's $2 on fire. That's 49 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table. Somebody gonna drink this milk.
You could tell he wanted to vibe because, like, you know, you want to be lit. This nigga just kept rolling weed.
Right. So he had weed and he just kept rolling weed. So we like, oh, he not trying to drink no liquor. He just gonna smoke to fill the buzz because he don't want to spend money on shots.
He not even trying to make eye contact. Like, this nigga smoking down, but he not even trying to pass.
He not even trying to pass his
like,
cheap
I smoked,
ass.
but, like, I wasn't really fucking smoking, but like the nigga wasn't even offering. Like, he was just straight up.
It's
bitch,
like
you can't.
it's like it's not even the fact that we want them or we need them to spend money. It's just like being a gentleman. Like
I feel like that's
you
a
invited, you
gentleman
told us
thing
to
do.
come out, and then on top of that,
Especially
it's like
not 15 large. I can
that's what I'm saying.
understand.
It's really Instagram. Like these niggas be capping on the internet. You
Example.
posted 15 bands. I mean, I'm not entitled to any money that you have to spend, but you posted your 15 bands saying that you brought it to Atlanta to spend.
And you're not even spending it on yourself because
You didn't even have, granted, you didn't have to get a
fucking
section because listen, I'm not gonna lie, it would be lit if you got a section, but like them sections really cost money and it really be a waste. If it's only him and his 3 mans, I could understand why. You and 3 niggas and it's just us 2, so 5 in total. You wouldn't want to get a section because it's like they're gonna charge you mad money,
and it'd be only 3 of y'all.
is right, and it's only 3 of y'all putting up. I get that, but the least you could have did is get a bottle, and especially if the bottle's $3.50 and we were contemplating on buying it, the 3 of y'all could have split $3.50, especially if you got 15 bands to spend.
Like, it'd be
What
different
is
if it was a nigga
what
that
is
wasn't giving
$100?
flashy. But then you got chains busted down,
Chain busting, designer on,
head to toe, literally.
which is like. No funny shit.
It should
It's sometimes
be
it's good to be. I'm like you. It's good to be cheap because that's how you stay financially stable because you don't blow your money. I understand that. My whole thing is right. You could be cheap with me and Jada. Like if he bought him and his friends got a bottle, I wouldn't feel entitled to having any stuff or nothing like that. You could be cheap with us because I know guys always feel like bitches are trying to use them and try to come out and drink all they liquor and smoke all they weed. But you're being cheap with yourself because you got a shot for yourself and you trying to make it stretch. Then like it's a New Year's Day, like it's a celebration.
You said to play.
And you said 15,000 to
game.
play.
You played a different fucking game.
You played yourself. Anyways.
And then I just feel like, because one of the friends was trying to talk to me, so I just feel like, especially, like, you want to give a first impression. You could have never thought I was going to fuck with you if you was giving that vibe.
Never offered us a drink,
happened. Like,
hookah,
I feel like a nigga
water, Red Bull, nothing.
Right. I feel like a nigga that want to pursue you, like, niggas be lying all the time, but they're going to try their hardest to make it look like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, you should want to fuck with me. Like, I'm doing this.
Right.
I could do this for you. I could do that. Like, but that is crazy.
And it's crazy because we were still vibing with them because they were cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very humble. Like, I'm very chill. It's just like, I'm gonna go with the vibes. Like, we're having fun. Y'all cool. We having conversations. We vibing. It's just like, y'all so cheap. Why are y'all so cheap?
We still drunk. And they were sober as fuck, stretching
right
all night.
Because Jada met a nice girl. We started vibing. You know, pretty bitches love pretty bitches. So she started vibing with us, and she's like, "Oh, I'm here." She's like, "I'm here from down south, and I'm just here with my cousin. And we got a section, we got a bottle, and we're not gonna drink all of it." And she was offering us drinks, hookah, and stuff like that. And we vibed out with her, not because we wanted to beat her down or beat anybody down, but it was just like
she gravitated
towards us and offered us.
She was offering. She
was even offering them.
Yeah, like
she was offering them. A girl is offering. Ooh, I'm about to say his name. A girl is offering Mr. Krabs and his friends her liquor and her vibes. Like, you don't even feel like emasculated.
You're less of a man. I like a big bowler. Like, I feel like that's fire when, I don't know, like, you come into another city, you're supposed to show out, step on next. Like, what's going on?
And it's like,
we're in a pandemic.
We're in a pandemic.
Unemployment.
It's just like, all right, cool. And then this is how cheap it just gets worse. So we were vibing, having fun. All right, time to leave. This is where Mr. Krabs played himself because he thought he was coming home with me or coming back to my place. And it's like, it wasn't given that. Like I said, me and him texted and stuff, but it was cool. We never...
And then you set the cheap tone.
Right, and then you set the cheap tone. You didn't try to wine and dine me and impress me. I'm not saying if he did, I would have been open to... I'm just feeling like that's very bold of you to think that you would come in and sleep with me at the end of the night. And he's like, oh, I just want to chill in y'all telly. That's some bum ass shit too, because why are you...
I asked him, like, you don't got a place to stay? Because he also was talking about how he had this mansion. The nigga had a mansion.
We didn't talk about that mansion.
We want to talk about mother.
Before we even got to Atlanta, he was telling me he had this mansion. It's like 15 bedrooms, 14 people, but it's going to be him and his mans. Only 2 of them. They got a big ass mansion.
You wasn't staying with them. We had our situation situated.
But he was just letting us know.
We have a studio, like a regular hotel room. You have a place that holds 15 people, and you're begging to stay and
offering. He's like, oh, can I come? Let's go chill in y'all hotel. him and his friend. And I'm like, hell fucking no. And I'm like, no, you're not coming back to our hotel. Because it's not giving that. And you didn't give that. And even if you gave, you wasn't coming back to our hotel. And then Jada's like, what happened to the mansion with the...
And at this point, I'm really shy and like, don't speak. But once I'm drinking, I just sit talking. He said something about what he didn't like. I'm like, and you know what I don't like? I was about to OD, but I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
We were saying a lot of subliminal slick shit to him because he set the cheap tone. So once Yo, you want to tell that part?
Yes, I do. So now we're done. Night is done. Like, we're trying to act. The nigga asked me what my name is. I'm like, Jasmine. He like, your name is not Jasmine. She's calling you Jada. I'm like, that's my middle name. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so now we driving. We're
right, because we're trying to use them. We're trying to use them for a ride back to our hotel. At least.
Like, y'all niggas gonna do something. But we were hungry because the only thing we ate or had time to eat was the freaking... We sound like bums. But nah, it's really not the
We were rushing to get ready. We didn't have time to stop and eat before we go.
And when we landed, it was 8 something. So imagine, and then a 30-minute ride to the... It was literally no time to eat. So we're like, Waffle House is literally next door to our hotel. And we wasn't asking them to pay. Like, we were just
like, can we go to Waffle House? Because like it was like 4 in the morning. We didn't eat. We was like, let's just go to Waffle House and then
mind you, a 24-hour fucking spot.
If the angles change, it's because my battery died, but we just don't pick it up. But yeah, so we asked him to take us to Waffle House, being that the Waffle House is right next to our hotel. And this nigga gonna say Waffle House is closed.
I was completely turned off. I was too drunk to even give a fuck. But we was also dumb type because we really couldn't. When we got upstairs, we were mad because we was like, damn.
We were mad hungry. But not even that.
Everything else was closed.
If you're from a city that has a Waffle House, New York doesn't have a Waffle House. But if you're from a city that has a Waffle House, you know Waffle House does not close. Like, I was like, am I bugging? I never heard nobody say Waffle House is closed. I thought Waffle House was the go-to spot after the club to get food. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, Waffle House, I don't know if they thought we wanted them to pay for our food, but even if they thought that, Waffle House is dumb cheap.
Like $2 sandwiches and shit.
Everybody could have paid for their own food. Yeah, so it never gave we was gonna beg for food, especially not no scrambled eggs and bacon. Like, we could have did that on our own.
Like, how that sound? You could buy me a sausage, egg, and
then they offered to take us to some diner, but it's like, we pulled up, the diner was closed. It was just like a really sketch, and we was like, you know what? Just take us to the hotel. And then this is what really put the icing on the cake. He pulls up. This is when he really thought that he was really coming home with me. Like, he really thought he was coming in my hotel room. He pulls up, starts parking, and then I'm like,
back block, like pull up to the fucking Wendy's, dude.
Nigga, go to the fucking Wendy's, dude. Before I turn this whole ride upside down, nigga, you talking to the big blood, nigga.
Nah, pull up to the fucking entrance.
But what did I tell him? As soon as I see him parking, what I said?
I don't even know, bro. I was dead asleep. Like, I really didn't even
I'm like, what you doing? Why are you parking? He's like, because I'm coming up. I'm like, no, you're not.
He kept saying, like, he asked me if it was okay, and I said,
yeah, because I was telling him, like, the setup, we can't have company in our hotel room.
With a 2-bed, like,
it's a double room hotel room. It's not, and I was just really looking at it like, if you just wanted to come up and chill, you said you had a mansion of 14 bedroom, 3 baths. It would have been nothing for us to come and chill. Like, we could chill in a common space, you know, in your mansion. Why would you want to come to our cramped up hotel? I mean, our hotel is not cramped up, but like, to have
compared to
4 people, right? To have 4 people in a hotel room is a little crazy. I don't know what he thought.
And what y'all thought it was gonna be going down? And I told the friend, like, I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. And he like,
you know, men be having hidden agendas, and it really hit me off guard because I told you guys I knew Mr. Krabs for 10+ years, but it never gave this. Like, we were cool, we were chill. I mean, we flirted here and there, but we never had any topics about being sexual with each other or anything like that. I'm not sure if that's what he want to do, but based on the approach, because what else are you coming up to a hotel room 5 in the morning for?
Waffle House is closed.
Waffle House is closed.
Fucking legs. Okay.
Even if Waffle House is open, it wasn't giving that for French toast, baby. It wasn't giving it for nothing because you didn't even let me initiate it.
References, I don't think it can even ever get to that because I already see how you are with. Like, I'm not saying fucking for money, but it's just like, if you can't do simple shit for me, I don't want to fuck a nigga I can't even.
And it's like, even if you can't do it, it's not the fact that he didn't do it. It's just the aura he was giving. Like, you're giving this aura that You just this
snatchy.
baller, right? You this baller. You spending that bag.
That's what I'm expecting when I link up. I'm expecting to have a good time coming to play because you can play. We can play too, but you fucking.
It's like
playing
I hung around people that was like on some regular shit. Like I hung around men that was on some regular shit. I know they're not. You know how you know somebody's not gonna get a section. They're not gonna get the bottles, but you know that because you know them and you know how they set up is.
With that.
And I'm cool with that. It's just like you giving us this energy that you this big baller. You came out here to spend money. You doing this. You doing sections, and then all while we're here with him, he's still portraying this image on Instagram. He's posting the club. You would think that in the club he's in a section. The way he's posting everything is just like Instagram versus reality.
That just goes to show like you cannot let like these buzz out here be blonde in a bitch, but you cannot let that cloud judgment. You can't let these niggas be posting cap. Niggas be like no kizzy and be kizzy and like a motherfucker. Like,
these niggas will be the flyest niggas, jewelried up and cheap as hell, which is like. I know some people gonna be in the comments like, why are you expecting? You're expecting you always have to have your own money, and we're not saying that. We have our own money, and we spent our own money at the end of the day.
Money was here.
It was just that we did not, when we were invited out, we were not expecting that energy. Like,
you don't invite somebody out and just like
be cheap. Like, I feel like when you invite someone out, you're hosting. It's like you're hosting. So
even if like you say, you know how people say like it's nice to offer, even I'll probably decline, but like it's just a thought.
That's my point. Like, and what you did offer, you took back. You offered me a shot.
Chivalry is fucking dead.
You wanted your shot back. Chivalry is dead.
Our grandmothers was not putting up with shit like that. Niggas was getting kicked to the curb.
Like, I don't know. So the moral of the story is, this was just unbelievable. We was like story time. Soon as it just got
shit was
rolling. Like everything just got worse. Like the Waffle House was just like, what? Like you couldn't get. All right, boom. Granted, we in a club. You don't want to get a shot. You don't want to get us. You don't want to let us smoke. You don't want to get us hookah. You didn't get us in the club. You could have took us to Waffle House. After the Waffle House, okay, cool. You didn't get us Waffle House.
Like this shit across the street from the hotel.
Cool. You didn't get us Waffle House. For you to think you coming inside?
The only reason why he drove us is because he thought he was coming upstairs.
That's another thing. I feel like if we told him in the club he can't come into our hotel room, he would have been like, "What y'all about to do?" and try to make us find a way home. Because
but we've been paying for Ubers this whole time, so that's nothing.
And it's still nothing. And then it's like, it's not worth the story time. But I mean, saying the other events that happened throughout the course of us being here, but he was just continuously trying to invite us out. And then we go out and he's just doing some cheap ass shit or some cap ass shit, or we will see him living life on Instagram and he'll be like, where y'all at, come out. And then when we get there, it's not matching up.
What I don't like is that like my friend is like not so open because like you said, the aura is given. So it's like he's trying to floor her for playing with him, but it's like, nigga, you playing with yourself.
He's trying to say I'm playing with him because I'm coming out with him, and I'm like, I guess I was flirting with him. He's basically saying I'm leading him on, and then it's like a dead stamp because I'm not trying to sleep with him. But it's like
Instagram posts leading me the fuck on.
Why do I have to sleep with you? Like, we never had this conversation,
and that's not gonna unlock the sentence, so it's only gonna get worse. And
he's trying to guilt trip me into sleeping with him. He's basically trying to say, oh, he only spends money on people that he could tell really fucks with him, and he's saying that he feels like I'm not really fucking with him. I'm trying to use him, but it's like, how am I trying to use you? Because you didn't give us anything. Every time we went out, me and Jada spent our own money, which is fine because we were planning on spending our own money. So it's just like, the math is not mathing. At the end of the day, we really should have came out here and been on the hunt for some Atlanta people, or like, I don't know. I feel like it really does not make sense to come out of your city to be around people from your city, because we could have did this at home. You would have been cheap with me in New York, and that's another thing that bothers me. Atlanta clubbing, partying, hanging out scene is cheaper than New York, because we went to a lounge yesterday and we was like, oh my god, the hookah is so cheap, the shots are so cheap. So it's like, you're being cheap in a cheap place. You definitely wasn't taking me out in New York then. If I thought you was going to take me out on a date in New York, you was not going to do that, because you can't even take me out on a date in Atlanta.
But if an Atlanta bitch would have seen him, she would
think he was up. If somebody that did not know him would think he was spending a bag, bust down chains,
all the way down to the toes. It's like
dripped. The outfit he had on had to be like $6,000. Only the outfit.
Bitch would have been like, oh, I'm on him, I'm fucking him tonight. This, that, I'm gonna get a Chanel. Like, They probably been on that type of time because he gave that.
But that's why you gotta read these things, because a person like us, we read through it like it's nothing. Everybody could be fly. Maybe because we from New York, you could be fly, but that doesn't determine you're spending money. And that's why it's like, he thought that his aura that he was giving her, oh, I'm fly, I got a chain and shit. He thought that was impressing me, but it's really like, all right, you're not spending nothing. Even when we went out yesterday, me and Jada was doing our own thing. We had our own hookah, our own shots. He came to meet me about a bar, and I'm like, since you by the bar, buy me a shot. You know, he bought me a shot, and he took a sip of it.
What's up with the sipping the shots?
Why you think we could share shots? Mind you, shots was $10 at that spot. It was a low-key spot. $10. Mr. 15K?
A shot is supposed to shoot. And that's the fuck it. You throw that shit back. And that's
you don't sip shots. Anyways, this was more like a rant / story time. I'm sorry, but while we, you know, Jada be losing her thoughts, so we was like, we gotta get it while it's like happening, because she's gonna forget, and we don't know when we're gonna have the opportunity to tell that story again. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this story time, give it a thumbs up, and if you like any of my stories, or you like me, or you like Jada, you can subscribe to her channel. And subscribe to this channel, because we on the road to 10K, and that it doesn't stop there. It's 10K, then it's 11K, and then it's 12K, and then it's up and it's stuck, and that's on period.